Welcome to the idea of where we explore the noise, the nuance, and everything in between. I'm Bassey,
And I'm Mike.
and this is a space where culture, creativity, and conversation collide.
What's up? What's up?
Hello, how are you doing?
Good. I like your background. Lights looking right. Like, yeah, I see the hair popping. Flick the hair. That's right. Take it off your
I got on
shoulder.
earrings that you can't tell. Like, I'm trying.
Okay,
Listen,
here we go.
every time. Okay, I need to talk about something really, really
The
quickly.
glow up.
Why is it that when you look, well, maybe it's a woman thing. I don't know. When I look in the mirror and like I'm like fixing my hair, fixing my whatever, I'm like, oh, let's go. You look amazing. Turn on the camera. I'm like, all right, well, not as good as the mirror, but it's okay. Then you put out the video. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? What happens between the mirror, the video, and no, the whatever this is,
The recording, the
live
actual.
cast,
Uh-huh.
recording, and then the video. What happens?
I don't know. I think you look great. I think that,
I look
I
terrible.
stop. I think sometimes it's the lighting makes such a big difference. Like, I'm starting to, I should already know that. But when I don't have my light on and it's just like the natural light in the room, I look different too. Like, I feel like I look a little washed out right now. I don't know.
A little bit. You're looking a little light skin.
Yeah, yeah. I don't, I don't like
You're
it.
looking a little light
I
skin.
don't understand. Let me turn these lights off. I don't know how. Like, I don't know. But yeah, we're looking good. Camera's looking right. I like the idea you mentioned just briefly about like using our iPhone cameras as like a second camera. We gotta like we're for those that don't know, we are ground zero. We don't have a team. It's just
We're
us,
grassroots.
grassroots. We're trying different things in preparation for the increase, for the glow up, for the what's the word? What's
Synchronicity?
no, what is it when shows go on like after they
Syndication?
syndication? There you go. We're getting syndicated, everything. Like, I'm just we're speaking it into existence because, like,
Yes.
it's the idea of, and that's how we do.
The idea of
How's your week?
"Hmm, how's my week? Oh, we spoke like just anxiety. I've
Oh,
been anxiety riddled
right. We have
all week, like literally like
mm,
trembling anxiety, which I haven't had in a really, I won't say really long time, but a long enough time for me to not remember when it was.
yeah.
But I just like, do you want to say what you said yesterday? Because it felt like the sky opened up after
Yeah.
you
It
said
was
it.
a pressure release for me for sure.
Yeah.
It was a pressure release. So Bossy texts me kind of freaking out about her
Okay,
son
calm
and
down. I was
no,
not
no, I mean, no,
freaking out.
I wanna put it in context, I wanna put it in context.
Okay.
No, yeah, she was definitely freaking out. Like, she was but, I recognize the freak out because, man, when I don't even like a lot of times when people are experiencing things, like, "Oh, me too." But, like, that what you were sharing, I think, is a very specific kind of it's almost like secondhand performance anxiety on
Yeah.
behalf of our children, right? And
Mhm.
so, I've talked about it on here for the past year. You've talked about it, more recently about, our sons are in college, they're playing soccer. I continue to say, and I will continue to say that like soccer in the United States is just a different beast. There's not as many people, especially Black parents, dealing with their kids playing at that next level, whatever
Mhm.
division you're in, 1, 2, 3, NAIA, junior college. And so as a result, I feel like when those anxious moments happen, there's nobody to tell you that's okay. Like, there's no history online of how to be a soccer mom or a soccer dad. It's different. It's different than being a football parent or a basketball parent or baseball because there's so much American context around dealing with that sport. And so
Mhm.
there's just a lack of validating experiences for Black soccer playing parents.
Mhm.
And so, man, when Bossy texts me, I related to what she was saying so much about just worried about her son, you know, considering everything, his body language, watching him on the field and taking it in. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Da, 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 da. And um, I've been sharing this with with my family for the last year, and my stepfather um actually made a it was a life-changing pressure valve releasing statement to me because we've been dealing with our son Ellington transferring this summer. Last year was horrible. Last year was really bad for from a soccer perspective for us. And I think it was for him. We've been through that already. And, we kind of forced his hand to, really consider going to another college to play soccer. He didn't want to play anymore. He was ready to quit. He was self-defeating. It was a nightmare. And my stepdad, who I call my dad, stepdad interchangeably, but he said, I know you've been beating yourself up, but he was like, you have to trust yourself. Like you and Danielle have to trust yourselves that the work that y'all have done for the last 18 years have not been in vain. So yes, you're going to be hard on your kid. But the anxiety that you're experiencing is not about him, it's about you. And
Yeah.
you talking about me, right? The anxiety I'm feeling is about me, not necessarily by him and his ability. And it's okay to be hard on him because the world is going to be even harder on him. So trust your gut, trust your
Yeah.
decision as parents, trust, all of these things, and allow that to don't react out of that doubt of yourself, and don't place that doubt on your kid. And that's for
Yeah.
sure what I was doing. I know that's what I was doing hands down.
Yeah. It's what I was doing as well, and when you said that, I realized that the anxiety I thought was coming. I mean, he probably has some anxiety, I mean, it's natural, but
Yeah.
the amount of it was from me feeling like I wasn't doing enough, like I hadn't been helping. I also realized after we spoke that, I carried a lot of guilt
Mm,
for not pushing him to start the college soccer thing earlier. I was
mhm,
trying to like trust him because I hated the college I went to. I did not want to go to UMBC, but there's a lot of factors. So I was like, let him make his own decision. And then remember, like he was counting on Howard and Catholic, and those just disappeared. And then he was like out of sorts. And I was like, oh my God, I should have been pushing since last or his junior year.
yeah,
Or, like what are you doing? How are you doing? What else are you doing? All these different things. And so when he gets here to York and he starts off like high, like he's running it, he's up high. And then I see it like what I thought was a decline. I start getting worried
mhm,
because now how is he going to transfer to a D1 school? And how is he, he's not getting as many minutes as he did before, and his body language, and he's running really slow, and all those things were like true. Like he was running, like I was like, why are you running so slow? Um, but then I didn't consider burnout. I didn't consider just I did not consider it was only a month.
yeah,
It felt
right?
like I
Feels like
don't know what
so
I thought it was,
long.
but when you said it's only been a month, I was like, a month of what? I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah,
He
they
went
just got there
it's
end of August,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah,
crazy. Yeah, I didn't I had to tell myself that too, and I've actually had to tell that to Ellington because he's experiencing Catholic as like a first year student in a second year student's body, so it's awkward for him, and he's having, just some issues connecting and engaging with Catholic, which is completely normal because Catholic is
mm,
a weird school.
mhm,
And so he's dealing with that, and I had to tell him like it hasn't even been 6 weeks. Like they got on campus August 17th, and it is now September. Now it's September 30th or whatever, but the season has been going on for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So, I was telling Bossy, and I was telling Bossy, it was so easy for me to tell you, Bossy, because these are the conversations I had to have with myself all the time. When I go out and see, and I'm like, what do you, I was like, burnout. He
mm,
plays. He's a center back, so, center backs don't get switched out a lot. He's playing 90 minutes. I'm watching him, make some of the most like putting his body on the line in a different way than anybody else I'm seeing in the field, you know, um, and I'm watching him. This happened maybe 2 weeks ago when my stepdad told me that thing, made that statement to me, and I've been able to watch him play in a much different way.
Mm,
And that just overnight, I almost went to watching him. It feels kind of weird, but like as a fan, as just like someone that like not a fan, but like just watching a soccer game. And it's
mm,
like your
mm.
favorite player. Like you're watching
Yeah,
and you're like, oh man, like he's ball. And it has been such a relief for me. And I would assume that it's a relief for him because I engage with him differently after the game. I
mhm,
don't I don't care how he plays. Like I genuinely don't
mm,
because he's 19, he's old enough to manage the game and, process on his own. We parents will never be as hard on these athletes as they are on themselves.
yeah,
It's like they don't need us to be, "Why you do this?" So, like, literally, that statement from my stepdad made me just take a step back from, like, I don't have to be a soccer dad anymore to him. I'm just watching him play, and I love it. Like, I wanna get there
yeah,
early and watch him warm up and see
yeah.
him get hype and, or, they're playing music. Side note, I want Riverside to clip this. So I go to Catholic for his first game, right? Or one of the home games, and they are playing the most Negronic music at the beginning of their warm up,
Yep.
and I was like, "This is not the Catholic I know." They're playing, of course, Drake, Kendrick, Jay-Z, Kanye, and I almost lost my mind when they were doing the warm up and played Dreams and Nightmares. And all the kids, all the boys on the field, I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this. And I'm like, did you pray for times like this? To rhyme like this? For real? But it was just so hyped to watch them get hyped up and they're screaming. I'm like, this is a much easier and better way to watch the game and to be a supportive dad and just, the only time I step in on the dad level is for injuries. Like,
Mm,
make sure
mm.
you go to the hospital, make sure you check with your trainer, don't try to walk it off like this, so the most freeing thing ever.
Yeah. I'm 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 not gonna watch the game today, I say.
Watch it.
Uh,
Watch every game.
I can't. I get like I'm like trying to like it's like a video game. I'm trying to like control the ball with my like mind.
Exactly. That's like
It's too
you're
much.
watching the Premier League, but that's your boy out there, man. Like,
I'm trying to
that's what
control
makes
the
it
ball with
so
my mind. I'm trying to
exciting.
manifest goals. Like it's too much. Too
That's what
much.
yeah, that's so dope. It's easier to watch now and just be like, to watch as a lover of the game. You love the game,
Mm,
you have to if you've been
yeah, I
watching it
do.
for at least 18 years,
Yeah.
right? And I'm able to watch it and appreciate, and you know what else has helped? And this we'll get off soccer for now for our listeners that are not into it. You know what has helped for me to watch the game without being hyper focused on him is
Mm,
I'm able to see the Division 3 versus Division 1 difference. And I'm able to see the game more holistically and like, okay, I see the speed. I'm seeing different things in a different light. Um, but it's just I'm seeing
that's
like
where I need to get to.
the decision the coaches made. Like, why would they do that? Oh snap! Okay, last soccer day. Guess who went to Ellington's game last week in DC?
Who? Who?
Coach Mark.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, white coach Mark?
Oh yeah, white Coach Mark, white Coach
Okay,
Mark.
okay. Really?
For our listeners, Ellington and Alawe were on the same soccer team for 4 or 5 years when they
Mm,
were, 9, 10, 11, 12, that age range. And we had a coach, Coach Mark Thomas, kinda like a Bowie, an infamous, famous Bowie legend. I don't know how you wanna describe describe
yeah. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
Yo, Mark texted me and was like, "Yo, I'm here. I'm watching Big E." He was so excited. Like I could feel his excitement over the phone. He's
Good.
texting me play by plays every minute. And it was actually very very endearing. It was
Yeah.
very endearing, and me and Mark have had big beef over the years, like,
Yeah.
from back in the day, but he really has supported Ellington all throughout and, like, spoken life into him, even when there were things I didn't understand about Division 1, 2, 3, like, I didn't know anything. This was back when they were 11,
Mm,
and his oldest son went Division 3 and played at, like, Shenandoah or something like Bridgewater,
mm,
and then went overseas to play soccer in England. And Mark was telling me back then, 2000, 10, 11 was like Division 3 is the way to go. He's like, if
yeah.
you want to play and just love it, Division 3, you could still go play professional. I was like, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, Mark went to the game and was
Yeah.
supporting through text.
He's yeah, as you said it, there's just so many things that happened. He's generally a really good guy who really cared about the kids, and I watched him start to understand that he was coaching black players. Like I
In
saw him
real
slowly
time.
start to like, okay, like stepping in when referees were doing certain things. Like I definitely saw when he's like, oh wait, it is different.
Yes.
Yeah,
In real time. It was our sons that did that for him, right?
yeah,
Like it was
yeah,
that crew. It was, I think, like, I don't know, like Jalen and Gerald and all those boys.
yeah,
And I remember, I think we were on the same team at the same time when we went to like the
yeah,
Mount something. It was freezing cold. I remember it was like
yeah,
10 degrees,
yeah.
and either Mark forfeited a game or we left the game early because he was acknowledging, he was like, the refs are treating our kids differently and someone's going to get
Yeah.
hurt,
And
and we
yeah,
left.
that's exactly it. Because the other team was being really, really rough and very like just
Their
like
parents were
violent.
Yeah, the
And then
parents were
our
sleeping on
kids
the
would
sideline.
breathe in their direction and we would get yelled. We were getting like what's his name got a red card. Ethan or Evan. Evan got a red card
Oh,
that game. That's
that's
when we decided
that's
to like
crazy.
leave. And then the kids were
Yeah.
like coming to the parents and like saying stuff and the parents like it was very clear and he was yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that. I
Like, the
remember that.
parents called our kids gangsters. Remember that?
Yep,
Like, legit.
thugs. They
Like,
call them thugs.
thugs, thugs, the
Call them thugs.
actual out loud out of their mouth. I was walking by and heard. I was like, "Yo." But
Yeah,
anyway, but yes, this is but yeah, watch the game, Bossy. Watch every game. Watch every game. I'm telling
I
you, you'll get into the routine of just like doing it for the love.
yeah, I need to get there. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Oh man, well, let's read some listener letters.
I
Y'all, we are working on an outline, a schedule, just being very um
intentional.
intentional about our words. But our favorite listener, Yetunde, hit us up
Yeah,
last week.
Tuesday.
Shout out. She says, I've been saying this for months. What was she saying? This was about isolation. What we
Okay.
were talking about being isolation as a result of technology. She says, I've been saying this for months now that a huge part of why the society is so miserable is that tech has worked really hard to create a frictionless society. That
Mm,
that was bars.
mm,
Humans need friction. You used to meet people in all sorts of ways, but it's all been outsourced to apps. No more
mm,
talking, no more taking your friend to the airport, just Uber. No grocery shopping, just Instacart it. I'm not exempt either, just aware of it.
mm,
That was
mm.
a frictionless society. I thought that was extremely profound.
Absolutely. I see it on Twitter, sorry, on TikTok where you have these like 8-part series about something that happened. And at the end of it, it's like, okay, you're gaslighting and toxic and da 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 when it's just like a dude who doesn't like you anymore. That's allowed.
Right,
Do you know what I
right,
mean? Like
right,
a
right,
girl who didn't call you back. That's allowed.
right,
And
right.
now it's like not wanting to talk to somebody anymore and not wanting to have a deep discussion about it is like some sort of like you know, crime against humanity
Yeah, yeah.
and people should be I saw someone's like people should be you should be able to sue if somebody cheats on you or something like that. Like niggas be cheating. Like what are you talking about? You don't have to stay. Like that's not about staying, but like
Right.
these this is life. Shit happens. And you gotta like either And I mean this when I say shit happens. I don't, someone's gonna be like, what about cancer? No, okay, I'm not talking about cancer. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about life happens. People need to deal with the things that happen, and then you learn from that and you keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, I can't help but wonder if like the same thing, I think we talked about it here a few times about like how parents of like the current generation of parents have tried to erase that friction from the
Hmm.
lives of their children by, stepping in before it hits rock bottom and certain things. Like that's just a way of society now in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. But yeah, I thought that was a really profound comment.
The thing about not taking, that's another thing. I don't owe you a ride to the airport. I don't owe you to help you move. Like all these things, like, are y'all really friends? Like, I understand like Uber exists, but like I remember the conversations to
Yeah.
and from the airport. I
Yeah.
remember like the way that this has been 20 years, but I definitely miss walking people right to the gate. Like I
Mm,
miss that. I used to love just sitting there waiting for them to
right.
life.
Simpler times, simpler times.
Simpler times, better
But
times.
we got another comment from Megan Risley. I actually know Megan Risley. I know Megan.
It's a
She
good name,
says,
Risley.
Riz, Riz up, right? I love this episode as much as gangster racism. So I think she's talking about the isolation culture, but she's
Mm.
referencing gangster racism. Megan's white. I love this episode as much as
Megan's white.
you can say that.
Shout out to white Megan.
As much as gangster racism, I'm in full agreement that Black and Brown people are not responsible for informing and educating others about their history. White people have the responsibility to educate themselves. Unfortunately, history is being erased and or rewritten, which makes it even more important for white people to listen to and learn from creatives like you who share your stories and lived experiences. Shout out to
Thank
White
you.
and Risley.
Shout out to white Megan. Thank you for that.
Um, I've been thinking a lot about that gangster racism piece and just everything that we've learned about that since that happened. Sorry to
Mhm.
speak so indescriptibly, but like, yo, Bossy, what is happening right now?
I
It's like there's some
something happening.
evil. Here's the thing, like for those of us that are conspiracy theorists that always think like, oh, what's really happening here? It's like they're removing a layer of the mystique. So it's like you don't have to guess if it's a conspiracy theory, or you don't have to wonder if they're lying to you. It's right there.
Mm.
It's on my face. It's on the screen, and it's jarring a little bit.
I feel like the people who are, I don't know, orchestrating things haven't caught up with the times, haven't caught up with people being able to like slow things down and enhance and and all that stuff. Um,
Right?
the fear though is all these Gen Z kids who know how to do that and will be moving into those positions at some point. But right now, they are ill prepared for the at-home investigators and and computer techs. Like that video you sent me, like I already suspected something. I was like, I don't know what it is, but it's something. It's something. I don't know what it is, it's something. That video you sent me, you sent me two videos?
Yes,
There's
I
two
sent you the
videos.
one. Yeah, the one from Candace Owens and the one from
Yes,
the
yes,
the
yes,
dude,
yes,
I
yes.
don't know whose names, yeah. But
That
yeah, I mean,
one,
huh?
the one where he zoomed in on the what's it called, lapel.
The shirt, the exit wound, and all.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know anything about exit wounds. That part I was like, I don't understand what that means. But I have made I saw a video like 2 weeks ago, where somebody had the same gun
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
shot at something and it literally exploded. Like
right,
the thing exploded and he
yeah,
like he shot that and he's like, this is, I'm gonna shoot a an 80-pound this and I'm gonna, like, he was just shooting. It's like all of these things explode when when you use this gun to shoot them. There's
yeah.
no way that it was just a pew pew. There's no way.
One shot.
Yeah,
one
Yeah.
shot. That was
And
the
nobody else.
and nobody else. And that was the thing that, like, it's all so insidious, man. And I don't it's like we were chastised. The collective we were chastised for making light of his death, right?
Not having the proper reverence for it.
And not having like we were collectively chastised from the president all the way on down. And when you think about how they chastised us, I'm saying us loosely because I feel like on our platform, I feel like we were pretty careful, with being whatever, right? But the president of the United States went on camera, on Twitter, on True Social, everything, damning us to hell. All these politicians, homeboy, the cross-eyed FBI director, what's his name?
The Dinesh Patel?
Patel. Is it Patel? Is that his name? That
I
seems
think
so
so. We might be
that seems
racist,
so stereotypical.
actually.
I was
Yeah.
like, "Wait a minute.
As soon
Is
as
his
I
name
said it, I was like,
Patel?"
I don't know now.
The cross-eyed Indian FBI agent that said Valhalla when in reference in like, what the
I'll see you
you know,
in Valhalla.
they chastised us because everybody was like, okay, like, no, again, nobody wanted to see him die, right? All that stuff. And also, it was so clear to me now more than ever, because he's been on my timeline so much more now than he has been before, right? And I
Mhm,
think he's slowly filtering into other timelines that didn't align with his for a few reasons. I think all of it is conspiracy.
mhm,
Shortly after his death, he was entering the timeline in two ways. It was two very clear ways that people were pushing the algorithm. One, it was saying like, look how he talked to people. He deserved to die. Like that was kind of like the message. It was like he's cutting people off, he's smug, he's arrogant, he's this and that. And then I saw a completely other side of his debates where he was like very kind and he was like giving people time. He was kind of joking and he was kind of like that. After seeing that second phase of videos when he was like, he was still being like a jerk, but he was like,
mhm.
all right, finish your. He was kind of like smiling and jovial. I was like, oh, this whole shit is fake. I was like, oh, that's the gangster racism in my mind. That's
Yeah.
when he turned into 50 Cent in my mind, because it was like he he is being villainized by one side of social media. It's like, look how he hated black people, which he probably did, and like he talked so negatively about everybody. And then on the other side, he was acting and he was being it was just clear that he was like, oh, he's a character, he's a wrestler, he's a heel. He's when Hulk Hogan turned his beard brown, right? And then now to understand that he was probably killed by the same side of the people that are chastising us for having these complex emotions about his death.
Mhm.
That is horror movie level insidious.
I watched six seasons of Scandal. It is so clearly this is a conspiracy theory in quotes because, you know, all we have is the theory. But there was so much that happened that I think, to your point about who he is and him playing a character, I think he's just stupid. I think he was just like a blank slate, and they were able to like
Absolutely. He
not
had the
program him,
face.
but like put
Yeah.
whatever. Like he's not particularly charming. He's not
Yeah.
particularly good looking. He was just an empty shell that was able to make these people angry by saying like just ridiculous things. Black people aren't smart, like just dumb shit. Like not particular, like it, like you don't even have the decency to be articulate in your racism. Like you just spouting bullshit like some random trailer park person would spout the same thing. And then over here, you're being overly Christian in a way that also doesn't have any teeth to it. You're not even quoting scripture really. You're
Yeah, it's
just
like God is
talking
good.
to, I love
I love
Jesus.
I love Jesus.
Exact exactly. So so that And then combining that with how he was self, he's nothing, not nothing, but like the reverence you're giving this person in death is
Yeah.
not is completely disconnected with who he was in life. Why are you working so hard to lionize this person? Why are you working so hard to make us feel like the Saint John Paul or whatever died?
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing that? And because of that, and that's also why a lot of people started looking into it. Like, all right, we liked him, but he was cool, but like a national holiday, like,
Like, yeah, all right.
like what?
Yeah.
So seeing people, oh, did you hear about the church, the mass shooting at the church?
Yes.
Did you see
Yes.
who did it?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I saw a picture of him, yeah.
And he had the truck with the flags and the eagle, like that standard patriot shit. And
Mhm.
they're saying, I can't remember who it was. I said it, but they're saying they did it for Charlie. Like he was in Utah, a Mormon state, and apparently all through all through like the dark spaces of Twitter and wherever they have these comment Truth Social, they're blaming Mormons, and it's a whole like
Oh,
get the Mormons thing because Mormons aren't Christian according to them. They didn't turn over like just all these like things that they believed and are acting on it. And it reminds me of I remember when January 6th happened and we were like, who were they talking to? Like, how does this happen? But they've got their own network and they've got their own like space on the internet where all of
yeah.
this, and apparently there's a space in the internet right now that wants to murder in the name of Charlie.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you ask, like, why are they doing all this? Why are they deify him and making him a saint? And when we thought it was just because he was a white guy that supported Trump, that supported this, this alt-right Christian nationalism, white Christian nationalism, but they're doing it in this insidious way because they did it.
Yeah.
Because they did it. And they're
Why did
like,
you? What happened to the text? Like y'all for a week straight, the text. Now, have you heard anything about these texts? Because we all
the tech,
figured out that no 20-year-old who games all day
yeah,
talks like that. They're like, all right,
text in full
back to the drawing
sentences.
board.
Yeah, text in full sentences. I mean, and small things, and again, I'm still balancing, like, does he in death deserve our respect? When I say, like, I don't want to like disrespect his name, but like I don't really care. Like in
I
my
don't care.
heart, I don't. But I also feel like there's a response. Anyway, whatever. Where are his parents, my nigga? Where are his parents?
Where are his parents?
Where's his brothers, sisters, his people he
they
went to
didn't speak
school
up.
with?
They didn't attend the memorial or whatever that shit was.
I think
None
they did.
of
I
that.
think they did. I think they
No,
they showed they didn't.
they didn't. They didn't. They
Yo, see,
didn't.
what? So, okay. So they,
They're parading the wife around instead of the mother. That
right,
says a lot to me. But
and
go
they
ahead.
paraded her around for like 30 minutes. Where is she now? Where
No,
is
no,
she
she's
now?
doing press now.
Is she still now? She was right
She's doing
after.
press now. I
Oh,
saw so there's been a lot of conversation about her makeup and the fact that like just as a woman, you're going to a memorial service, you don't know whether you're going to break down in tears. You're not doing full eye makeup. You're
yeah,
not
yeah,
doing that. You're just
yeah,
not. You're not
yeah,
because you never know when it's going to hit you, whatever. So people have been talking about that, like being very careful, like white women being very careful on TikTok. And they're like, all right, I like Charlie, but I'm a little like, what is happening here? And so the next time you see her, she doesn't have all the makeup on. Now she has like a natural look because
yeah.
your team saw people started like this is you can see, oh, your team saw this. Oh, you recognize that people feel this way. Like,
Fam, did you see? I, this it's like we're watching a real life movie. Did you see when Trump hugged her after she gave her speech? What the? Yo. Can we, like, how do, why did he do that? Yo,
it was
y'all,
weird.
for
And
those who
apparently they
haven't
know
seen it,
each other from like Romania or some shit. Like
what?
it's not
I've never heard that before.
they
But
yeah, and
Trump,
there's a whole thing. She knows him from Romania. She was in Romania. She got kicked out of Romania because kids kept going up missing. Like, it's a whole thing.
Okay, see, now you went down a
Human
deeper,
tra
darker criminal link.
human
I don't
trafficking, Epstein, like it's all connected. She knew Trump before she knew Charlie. They probably gave her to Charlie for like, I don't, listen, it's a bunch of shit.
no.
I am open to all of the conspiracy because all of this shit is weird.
All of it is weird. Why did he bite his lip like that when he hugged her though? Did you see that? Like he was like, yeah, like he was like my bitch now. Like yo, it was crazy. And so this is where I'm just to our listeners. I am what might sound like disrespect. I am doing what I would do in any situation
Man,
if
fuck that nigga. Be disrespectful. I
you're
don't care. The
objectively
fuck?
watching something, and why did he grab her like that? Like, I don't grab my friend's grieving wife, be like, yeah, give me a hug, bitch. Like, what the yo, what? Where am I? Well, I'm watching this shit like how I how do people on that side of politics watch that as if it's normal? Because it doesn't matter. We can have all the differing views you want, and this is really what I'm trying to grasp as just as an educator. You know, educator, we're always thinking about both sides of the story. Fuck all that, right? Fuck all that. If I'm watching something and someone that doesn't agree with anything I believe in is watching something, we have to be able to come up with some universal truths of what we're watching. If I'm watching Donald Trump, I hate him as a politician. I wish he wasn't our president. I don't like him. I don't think he's qualified. I think he's the worst president of all time. And someone that loves him
Facts.
is watching him. And we're watching him hug a grieving woman and he bites his lip as if to say, come here, bitch, and give me a hug. Can we not both be like, that's weird?
I've seen people who love him start to question a lot about it.
Yo,
All of his movements, the whole thing where that Jimmy Kimmel got in trouble for, where he was like, "Look at the ballroom; it's going to be the best ballroom. They've been trying to make this ballroom for years, and I got it done." Donald J. Trump, like they're like, "What? Why are you acting like this?" Like they're definitely
what?
starting to question, and it took this nigga to dying to do it. Um, but at the same time, there's this woman that she was in a cult and she recognizes MAGA as a cult. So she talks on TikTok a lot about the similarities and the
Mhm.
fact that now a lot of them are starting to like realize certain things and we kind of have to let them. You can't do the, oh, now you're doing it, because cults take like, for them to get to the point where they're even questioning him, that takes a lot. So they're moving through like the stages of getting out of a cult, but there are definitely a lot more people than before are starting to recognize again that he is not, either he's not well or he's not a good person or all
Yeah.
of the above.
He is literally anytime I see him, he's acting like someone that is responsible for a murder and is hiding it.
Mhm.
Like if you could imagine like what it would be like to be a criminal and you're on the run, but you're in plain sight and like you're trying to do like dumb, stupid
Do you think
shit.
they told him? Do you think they told him? Do you think he
Oh,
knows, allegedly?
absolutely. Yeah, I think they do. I
But he
think he
can't keep
allegedly
his
knows.
mouth shut. Like he will always, he has tells all the time.
Exactly. And I think all this shit that he's been doing recently that's even more weird is it's literally his inability to be normal, even for him,
Mm,
right? And just the way that he's been doing even more ridiculous shit. Like he put did you see the meme he put on Truth Social yesterday with
no.
Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries? There is like a picture of them, and he put a Mexican sombrero image and the stereotypical like mustache on Hakeem Jeffries and to imply like something ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And it's more of these like ridiculous, even for him, things that he's doing, if you think of like when you catch your kids in a lie and they just start doing dumb shit to like make you forget about the fact that they lied to you, like that's what
Mhm.
he's doing in a presidential 80-year-old white racist perspective. And it's so obvious to me, and I just can't for the life of me understand how there are any supporters of him, whether you're Republican or not. Like, how can you watch this and say, like, "Well, this is just what our country needs"? No,
There, for some reason, again, Charlie Kirk was the wrong one. Like for some reason, he was the wrong one, and he's why. Like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's starting to flip on Trump
yeah.
because of
And you
Charlie
see,
Kirk. Candace
they're
Owens, like you
all
sent me.
yeah, they're all. I don't know if this is recent. I think the video I sent you from Candace Owens was from last week, but she's been like posting all these messages, and Margie Taylor Greene as well. And there was another woman as well that posted these messages within the last 48 hours saying like, I'm not suicidal. And
Mm,
no matter what, like if people say I'm not suicidal, there's some things
mm.
going on behind the scenes. So it's like all these things are happening. There's clearly something going on, right? And I
Wait,
think it's just
is it more than wait, who did you just say said the I'm not suicidal thing? It was a woman?
Candace Owens said it.
Uh-huh.
And then was it Laura Loom or Margie Taylor Greene? I think it was
Oh, it
Margie.
was her. I saw a man say it, and I can't remember who, like
Yep.
a prominent Republican man. I can't remember who it
Yeah,
was.
I saw
I didn't
that,
know they
and
were
then
all saying
Candace
that.
was referencing Tyler Robinson, the killer, Charlie
Yes,
Kirk's
he's
killer.
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
He relayed a message through whoever and it got to Candace, and the message was, "I'm not suicidal. Everything that you read about me is a lie. My dad did not turn me in. Like all this shit
Hmm.
is fake. Like I did not shoot." And came out plain and simple and saying so. Oh, and the last one was your boy Rogan is also questioning, like Joe
My
Rogan's
boy.
like, I'm
Relax.
just saying, like gentleman,
Yeah.
um, is questioning like this couldn't have talking the same thing with the gun as this old gun. He only had a screwdriver to disassemble it, and so,
And it takes a long time to put it together and take it apart, then put it back together.
right,
Yeah.
right. So all of this, man. And then you mentioned the shooting in Michigan at the Mormon church. And did you
Hmm.
hear about the shooting in North Carolina?
No.
See what like what? Same profile of dude, ex-military, weird looking face, was on a boat and did a sail by shooting on the Cape Fear River down there in Wilmington area, like in that general area of a restaurant on the water and killed 3 people.
When?
The same day as the Mormon joint, almost at the same time. It got like almost like time wise, it hit my timeline at the same time. I think the Mormon piece this was on a Sunday, right? I think Saturday or Sunday. And the reason why it's connecting is because Danielle had a business trip and she was in Wilmington and she was
Mm.
either on her way back, and it happened that night or the night before, but it was around the same time, killed 3 people. And it's barely making any news. Same
I
profile
didn't
person,
even hear about it.
ex-military, white dude, ex-military, some connection to the right on some level. And why is it, again, as a dog whistle, as a guilty person trying to do the most ridiculous shit ever, are we declaring war in Portland, Oregon? Did you hear about that?
No.
See, like
You're giving me all this new information. I haven't heard it. I don't know what, like, am I even alive? I don't
so
know any of this shit.
so we know that there's ICE agents in Chicago now, right?
Yes.
And they're doing the same thing they were doing in
Oh, the
DC.
superintendent
Safety.
who
Oh,
they ICE picked
we
up.
didn't even talk about that. We
You're
didn't even
not
talk about
talking about
that.
that. You're not. That's just something different. That's something else.
That's different. That's
Oh my
different.
god.
That is
Okay. Okay.
different.
Okay.
So, okay, put it there. Remember the superintendent. We got to come back to that because
Okay.
he used to be principal at Anacostia in DC.
Oh, okay.
So, like, mad people on my timeline know him, and was this big opportunity for him to go to Iowa, to Des Moines, Iowa, for the superintendent. In um randomly on or around the same time, Saturday or Sunday, Trump releases a thing on True Social, a message on True Social saying that we I'm sending my Secretary of War, because he created a Secretary of War,
Mhm.
to stop the violence and the domestic terrorism happening in Portland, Oregon. And apparently there was a protest. It was literally like 100 people. And it was like very, very small. And he created again this, flashbang distraction talking about Portland, Oregon, when there's people getting shot in North Carolina at a river thing. There's a man that drove a car into a church during church service. People started running out and he started shooting them as they were running out, blew up the
That's
church.
different. That's different than the Mormon thing.
No, that's the same one. That's the thing.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
how the church was engulfed in flames, because
Yeah.
he intentionally drove his car into the church, bombed, like, oh, but we're talking about 100 people protesting ICE in Portland, Oregon. So it's just like, what are we doing? Like, all of this is, and on some level, I really feel like it's mental terrorism on the rest of us that have
Oh,
to watch this and listen
for
to this.
sure. It
You know what
is
I'm saying?
absolutely psychological warfare. Absolutely. Absolutely. We still don't
Yeah,
have the Epstein
yeah.
list,
So,
huh?
and we still don't have the Epstein list. We still, you know, it's just crazy. But the principal in Iowa, I believe he's from Grenada.
Uh-huh.
Like, his homeland is Grenada.
Oh,
I was reading. I'm seeing so many different stories coming out, but he went to college in the United States. He's a Kappa. He's an Olympian, like an actual, like, ran in the Olympics. He has been a lifelong educator. He's a principal in DC, wildly loved. Mad people know him. And then he gets, taken by ICE in Iowa at a meeting, or I don't know, just something, again, terroristic.
well, what I heard might be um, inaccurate is that he was protecting students or families that were going to be taken by ICE, and so they took him instead. That's what I heard. I might be wrong.
Really, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
I didn't really hear the details of how and why he was taken. But in some of the articles, they were saying, like, something expired his visa and he was there. He had to renew it in 2024, and the rules changed. And so they were making it like they were there to get him. But maybe they were alerted to him because he was getting in the way of ICE getting students. But yeah,
This is getting out of
we're
hand. I mean,
yeah,
it's been out of hand, but it is at the point now. I mean, it's very clear what they're doing. They're trying to, I mean, they tried with the Tyler
yeah,
Robinson thing where they wanted whatever race war, they wanted something to kick off. I guess now it's the Mormons that are being targeted, and that's what's supposed to start the revolution or whatever it is that they are gunning for. No pun intended. Like it's just I think the worst part about all of this is not knowing exactly what the what the point is. Because if it was like, oh, they're
mhm,
trying to do X, then it's like at least we understand. But it's the fact that it could be anything. It could be anything. Like the whole Mormon thing caught me off guard. I was like, they don't like Mormons? What? And then like something
yeah,
else will happen. I'm like, what? The rapture? Like it's just always something. It's always something.
right.
And none of it makes sense because it's so they're also like expansive. Like you can't connect any of them really, except for it's white people who used to love Trump. Like
That's
that's the only
exactly what I'm about to
connection.
say.
It's the
Yeah,
only connection.
it's the white people. And that's why I keep on going back to I don't know if we said this last week or the week before. Like I just need more white people to be speaking up.
Mm,
I need more, I think that it is even more important that we see it. I did a good job after the first Trump election of like clearing a lot of the toxic whites from my social media feed. And do you remember they were giving us a hard time for doing that? Do you remember when
yes.
people were like, we shouldn't have an echo chamber on our yes,
Yeah.
the fuck we should actually.
They
It's
do.
actually safer for my mental health. Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I stopped watching the news after his first election because I was like, I'm not going to spend. I mean, I was anxious, but I was like, I'm not going to spend another 4 years completely like shaken up by because it was one thing after another. It got to the point where we weren't able to relax because something else would happen. So did you see? Sorry, we're all over the place. Forgive us. Did you see
No.
this? Did you see that he released the Amelia Earhart files? Did you see that?
Yo, what's happened? Yes, I did see that. What that's not like what are we talking about? Amelia Earhart?
Amelia
Why
Earhart.
does she have files? Like,
Because she
what are we
disappeared.
talking
I don't know
about?
what I don't know. But that's what he's like.
And he released it.
Yeah, he had this whole thing about how due to like public something, he was releasing. Nobody gives a fuck about Amelia Earhart. It took me a minute to realize that she wasn't old girl that can't hear us or see. What's her name? What's her
He
name?
H H,
H. I want to say Harriet
I'm
Tubman.
about to say
That's wrong too. Helen Keller. Helen Keller.
oh, Helen Keller. I
Helen
was like,
Keller.
I see the H.
Yeah, I see the
Yeah,
H too. I
Helen
was like, well,
Keller.
don't say Harriet Tubman, don't say it, but it's Helen Keller. Like he said Amelia Earhart, and there's this guy that I follow on TikTok who has like a conspiracy theory against Helen Keller. It's so funny. So I kept thinking Helen Keller, and I was like, yeah, he's gonna expose that she wasn't really dead. But it was Amelia Earhart. I was like, okay,
Oh, man.
I guess.
It's gotta be, and we said this on here at the very beginning when I think it might have even been in one of those episodes that we recorded but we never aired. Remember, it was like one of the first initial ones, and we were both like, "Down, why my doorbell keeps on ringing? Who is bothering me?" Look, we were talking about isolation, and we like anyway.
I was about to
Well,
say, usually I have to go to the door and see who it was. Now you just look at your ring.
as I check my Ring camera, it's just Amazon. But we were talking about like how like down we were. It was an episode we were both like real down. It was just like, man, what's happening? But at that time, it might have been around election time or post-election time. It was like, gosh, this all feel it's been like that since then. It's been slowly increasing. And you remember he had got shot. So Charlie Kirk being shot, it's clear now that his assassination attempt was fake, right? Like we all
To
agree.
me,
Like that
I
that's
mean,
just
I'm sold on it.
it's clear as day to me. But like we were saying, like all of this in the news, how they play stories, the timing of it, it is it is actually psychological warfare,
Hmm.
right? On us as American people. When they, in different war torn countries, they talked about one of the ways in wars in the World War II and other conflicts that they would take the planes and they would like throw leaflets into the area and it would
Hmm.
have like different propaganda on it. It would say
Hmm.
like, oh, your president hates you, there's no food, you're gonna die, whatever. And that is what they're doing to us using social media. The social media is the airplane, just putting out random information to seeing how can we keep everyone off balance? How can
Yeah, I
we
mean that's what
keep
the bots are.
everyone
The bots are those are the flyers.
yeah, yeah. How can we keep everyone
The amount of
scared?
arguments that are sparked, and then you click on the profile, like, okay, this person doesn't even exist. He's not a real person.
Right,
But
right,
now we're all
right, and
arguing
I
amongst each other because this person like threw the grenade and walked away with the flames. But it's not even a person. It's a bot.
right, not a person. They are being, I was frozen for a second. Am I moving now? Okay.
Am I
Yeah,
moving?
it's just all yeah, you're moving. It's just also, you know, the 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 villainization of higher education
Hmm.
while all of this is
Anti-intellectualism.
happening.
Yeah,
The anti-intellectual movement we're in it. Like,
yeah.
we're so in it, and I don't know what I want to happen, but, like, something has to happen. Like, something big has to happen. I don't mean, like, negative or bad, but it's like somebody has to, or some bodies have to, like, as plainly as you and I are talking about it, and I don't think we're being, again, I keep on saying this because I hear how people talk about the other side of their issue if they feel the other side of their issue, like, breaks certain rules of engagement. You
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? Like, they try to,
Hmm.
like, disarm your argument. It's like, "Well, you were nasty, you were mean, you were" fuck all that. Like,
Yeah.
somebody has to be able to, as clearly as you and I are talking, to smart, engaged, connected, well-spoken, individuals that, our knowledge base on this is not like, we're not historians, we're not, political science experts, we're not military experts, but we just have a lot of common sense, and we've talked about our ability to recognize patterns and to know when, like, something just isn't right. And if we're all acknowledging collectively, many parts of the country, like, something isn't right here, like, who is gonna say that in a space where it matters? It can't just
But
be
then,
us,
I
or
I mean, who are they saying it to? To what end? Like, I've gotten to the point over the last year, since November actually, oh God, it hasn't been even a year, uh, and progressively since, just I don't think there's any hope. I think we're cooked. I think we're cooked. I think we've gone too far down down that there's I mean, who you see all the most like we're sitting here having a conversation. I'm sure there are other people having conversations all over the place. But then there are also a bunch of people who are talking about bullshit and believe firmly that
yeah,
bullshit and believe firmly that the very opposite of what it is that we believe. And they have the numbers, and I think that stupidity moves faster, so they will organize this like dumb Mormon shit or storming the Capitol. Like we would, oh God, sorry. Your girl calling Trump a revolutionary.
yeah, okay, yep. This is right on time, right on time. You see what I'm saying? Like, what are we? The week that Asada Shakur dies?
The week that Asada Shakur died. For listeners, for people who don't know, Amanda Seales did a live a couple of, I don't know when it was. And in that live, she called Donald Trump a revolutionary because he's making changes, and she said that revolutionaries aren't necessarily good or bad. It's about enacting change and da da da. At some point we'll play audio, but not today. What bothered me so much about what she said, not only because of Asada, but also because he's not changing anything. He's putting things
Right,
back in place. He's putting
right.
things back to where they were before marginalized quote unquote people had any rights. He's putting it back. He's not making any changes. And the thing is, like, why would you even call him? Like, why would you what's the point?
Why? Why
You know,
would you
like,
do
what's
that?
the reason? Like, what is the reason to even say that out of your mouth?
You know who would say that? You know who would say
Oh,
something like that?
oh, Charlie Kirk? I don't know.
Charlie fucking Kirk.
Seriously?
He would say something like that.
I
Of
don't know enough
course he
about
would
this
say
man. I
something.
don't know about him.
I mean, just look at the reason why I say he would say something like that is because just look at his track record, right? Saying things to get a reaction out
Oh,
of other
provocative,
people.
provocateur.
Fake
Mhm,
provocative, fake
mhm,
ape,
mhm.
fake, using bombastic terminology to make to that triggers people. So when you hear revolutionary, like people think, I don't know, people think Asada Shakur, people
Mhm.
think, even Tupac on some level. People think these figures, um, people might say Mother Teresa or Gandhi, like they have these
Yeah.
figures in their head of who revolutionaries are, knowing damn well Trump isn't one. Like you know that. Like
But
we know that.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if you want to like in the very strictest definition, anybody can be not anybody, but like there's certain things you can apply to people to call them revolutionary. But
Mhm.
in the public lexicon, how that word, that term, that meaning has been used for eons. You know what
Absolutely.
people how to use it. So when you're purposely trying to adjust it to fit some other thing, you're doing that because you know people are going to have a problem with it,
Right.
because you
Yeah.
know it's going to get you. When was the last time she had any motion, as the kids say? It's been a couple of
When
months,
she
I
de
think.
when she debated those young conservative
So it's
people, it
about a
was like
month. I think maybe I think that
people.
the social cachet of that was wearing thin, and then here she go.
Yeah, so it's but yeah, that is it's a playbook of, I think Charlie Kirk was the most recent person, but it's the playbook of that type of engagement. It's what Candace Owens does. It's what all of the on both sides, it's a style of engagement that people tack on to their message, like to blow up,
Mhm,
to get clicks and to get views. And so when she's talking with Deontay Kyle about Charlie Kirk, and they're going, "Oh, Charlie Kirk," ah, nah, 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 nah," and sentences we call Malcolm X a revolutionary, or Martin
yes,
Luther King, or Harriet,
yes,
Like Nat Turner, Denmark, like we call all these people revolutionaries, and she knows that. She's very,
yeah,
very intelligent to know that. Like you're no different and no better than all of these other folks doing it. It's like, why? Like you don't have to do that. And it just makes me question everything that this has been my beef with her from the jump, and how she uses her her voice and her audience when she spoke out for 18 months against the Democratic Party, and then against Barack Obama, against Kamala Harris, against Joe Biden, in ways that I think were very palpable, and shifted the landscape on certain populations that really follow her. So all of that shit is just whack. There's no other way to describe it. Like knowing the impact of your voice, knowing what revolutionary that term
yes.
packs. Why place that on him?
'Cause as you were talking, I can't remember. I can't think of anybody being called or deemed a revolutionary in a negative light. Like, who have we ever used that? I don't think we ever. I
Right.
don't
Because there's
know.
other words for that.
There are other words for that.
Right.
There are other words
Yeah.
for that.
Was Hitler a revolutionary?
I was about to say
Was
that.
was
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
he
was about to
wasn't. He
say
was a
that.
horrible. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again,
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
even in the strictest definition, yes, but because of who they are and what they did, we don't call them that. We only call the people who are enacting positive change in a big way revolutionaries. And you know that. You know that.
She knows that.
Why would you say? I mean, I know why.
And
It's all to be there's currency in there's just currency in talking when it comes to certain things. And so a lot of people will just say whatever bullshit it. And you know what? Is it my sister? Somebody always says, well, it's almost the first of the month. Bills need to get paid. It's that's
mm,
and it was just a couple of days ago. And it was
that
last
is
month when she did the debate thing. Oh, okay. All right. All right.
you might be
I
on to
see you.
something. You
Yeah.
might be on to something.
You get
I
money, I
I
guess.
would al I would always say that whenever like the most crazy shit that was happening, it doesn't my theory doesn't work anymore because it's always something. But it's sweeps week. It's sweeps month. Like
Yeah.
if there's ever, September 11th, that was like sweeps month. Like
Yeah.
all of the things, all
Do
you
they
could
even have
depend
sweeps month
on.
anymore? I don't think so.
They really don't,
They
but,
don't.
I always say it's at the beginning of the television season when they know
Yeah.
people are watching, and it's
Yeah.
at the end when they know,
Yeah.
season finales and all that, but it
Yeah.
still holds value when
Yeah.
you see the most ridiculous shit
Culturally, it
happening.
makes
I
sense.
think
Yeah.
President Yeah, Trump got shot during sweeps month,
Yeah.
I'm trying there was just a bunch of random shit, but that one just made me when you said that to me, like I literally listened to her say that and I just stopped it. I couldn't even continue with hearing her, try to intellectualize this term and her this grandiose thinking that it was like, come on, fam. Like what are you
Circular
doing?
thinking.
Why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah. I don't know. Like I am not a pessimist, but I do, and I never ever feel as though things are hopeless. Like there is no chance. I am struggling to think of I'm struggling to think of what could change for the better. Because even if
Yeah,
if that guy leaves, we've got a dummy who is easily influenced and is already being
yeah.
influenced by people. Like, what are we gonna? I think we're cooked. I'm sorry. Y'all should have, y'all. People, our only chance was the Harris Wallace campaign. I don't remember what it was. That was it.
Walls. Well, I couldn't think
Walls.
of his name.
See, man.
I was like, Christopher Wallace? I was like, "Oh, snap."
uh,
But, speaking of
Helen
which,
Keller.
I just
I have to
started
real
reading
quick though, real
100%
quick about
Commandments.
Helen Keller.
No, go ahead,
Really quickly about Helen
go ahead.
Keller. So this person I follow, I've always believed that Helen Keller did not exist, or if she did exist, she
Okay.
didn't do any of the things they said that she did. Because what do you mean she flew an airplane? What do you mean she gave speeches at Harvard? Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Okay, sorry, go
Wait,
ahead.
wait. Helen Keller flew an airplane?
Flew an airplane,
No,
wrote
she didn't.
speeches.
That's Amelia Earhart.
Listen to me. There's a list of things that they have tried to tell us since we were kids that Helen Keller did that make absolutely no sense whatsoever. And it's time for us to talk
Wait.
about it.
Helen Keller flew an airplane.
Helen Keller flew an airplane, according to history.
I think you're making that up.
No, keep talking while I.
Oh my
She gave
god. Oh,
speeches.
man, I can't even remember
She
what I was
couldn't hear, she couldn't talk, and she was up there giving speeches to people, writing speeches.
mm. Who was the one Amelia Earhart was the one that hid in the attic of the house, the
No,
Jewish,
no.
who's that? Wait. That's not Amelia Earhart? That wasn't she, like, in the attic and they couldn't find her and the
That's
Nazis were
Anne Frank.
outside?
That's Anne Frank.
Oh, shit. Dang, history is horrible today. My bad, y'all. My apologies.
Okay. Helen Keller,
Woo.
an American author, activist, and educator who was deaf and blind and couldn't talk. Okay. Took control of a plane for 20
Okay.
minutes in 1946. Keller, representing the American Foundation for the Overseas Blind, piloted a four-engine Douglas Skymaster from Rome to Paris over the Mediterranean Sea.
Stop the cat, Helen Keller. Helen Keller didn't fly no damn plane. And that was probably before they had like auto technology where you just let it float.
Yeah,
That's cat.
from what is it?
That's
It says
definitely cat.
from Rome to
From
Paris
Paris to
over
Rome.
the Mediterranean
Come
Sea.
on. Yeah, I don't believe any of that. I'm
Okay,
with you, man.
whatever. I saw a video of
Between
her
Helen
talking.
Keller.
I saw a video of her talking, and again, all
Uh-huh.
through childhood, Helen Keller was. They told us all this shit. We didn't question it. All right,
Yeah.
cool. I saw a video of her talking. I want to say like 3 months ago, and I wanted to
Uh-huh.
call Mrs. Franklin, my second grade teacher, and be like, "You fucking liar! You lying bitch! There is no way anything
I
you
didn't even
told
know
us
they
about
had
this woman can be true."
I didn't even know they had video of Helen Keller. What? I
They
don't
do. I want you to
clear
look at it because it's like
I don't
Hold on, I got sorry. This is what we're doing, but go ahead and talk.
since we're here. I am not going to hell over Helen Keller. Oh,
Okay,
that's a bar. Oh. Oh,
Eeks.
God.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm
Because
gonna go find
Bosley
this.
sends us straight to hell. I want thank y'all for listening to our show. We're both going to hell in a handbasket. Um, Man, what a week, y'all. I'm telling you, there's something going on that's bigger. We haven't even made the connection to, but it's all happening in front of our face, Bossy, is The Handmaid's Tale. Did you ever watch The Handmaid's Tale? I can't hear you.
I know I'm trying to unmute. Okay.
Okay.
I've never watched The Handmaid's Tale. No,
I would
I
say
don't
that
like post-apocalyptic. I don't like dystopian shit. I never watch it.
it's definitely
I
dystopian.
don't like it.
Yeah, it's not necessarily post-apocalyptic. I mean, kind of, but I mean, it,
It's dystopian.
it's dystopian for sure. But it is. I started watching it maybe 6 years ago when it first started, 6, 7 years ago, and I remember a lot of women, like colleagues, say like, "I can't watch this. It's too close to the truth." I was like, "Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a little, it's a little scary." But now, 6, 7 years later, the there is a very clear and easy path to where we are now to the potential world of A Handmaid's Tale and having
Yeah.
these elite men that are making the decisions for the country, and women, a collection of women, are just their handmaids that have babies and they take care, and then it's all based on white Christian nationalism. Like, it's all based
Yeah.
on the
All of this
Bible.
is because white women stopped having babies and black people started becoming president. That's
Yeah.
all this is.
Mhm.
This is all like some mediocre people who are jealous and unable to get girls or whatever. Sorry, that's reductionist, but
We know. Yeah. Yeah.
or reductive, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh God, we're back. All right. Well,
Okay, this is not about anybody else other than the fact that Helen Keller did not exist the way that they said she did. It's about Helen Keller
yes, the one person.
specifically.
Yeah, the one.
Helen Keller flew an airplane and wrote speeches. Like, how do you even know it's English when you can't hear English? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we're going to hell. I apologize. As long as we're going, I'm
No,
going to send you a video that's really going to take us there.
just side by
I'm not going to
side.
play it though.
I'll be side by side with you, holding hands on our way to hell.
I mean, we're already in hell. Might as well party.
Hey, I mean, I think no, I think there is. I think there is a lot of. I think there's a lot of relevance in sharing a clip like that. Honestly, like, not to intellectualize it, but like, everything that we learned growing up was a lie. It was
Yeah.
propaganda for us
Yeah.
to believe in the goodness of this country.
George Washington, I cannot tell a lie.
That chop down a
Chopping down
cherry
the
tree,
cherry,
all of
his
that.
wooden teeth, which were actually pulled from slaves'
Yeah,
mouths
yeah,
to
yeah.
make his dentures.
Come on now.
Um,
Come on, yeah.
I can't even think about all of the things. Oh, have you read the book Lies My Teacher Told Me by James Lowen?
No, no, I haven't.
One of my favorite books of all time. Look
Come
it
on.
up. Lies My Teacher Told Me. I actually have a copy here. And it is about breaking down all of the lies that we were told in US history and the
Yeah.
truth of it. And it's so much propaganda to get us to feel a certain way about either wars or just all kinds of things.
I
All
know.
kinds of things that we thought were one way released. And I don't know if you ever listened to the Swindled podcast. That too.
I haven't. No, I haven't. I mean, I think that there's so much that, so much propaganda, so much in the way that we were taught growing up, and it makes more sense as to why this government is trying to ban books like The Color
Hmm.
Purple, or
Hmm.
to ban, any books that reference race or slavery, and trying to get the picture of the man with the scars on his back erased from museums.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, if we're gonna, if, and this is me in real time justifying us going to hell, but if we're gonna joke Helen Keller, then I feel like that is warranted, considering that everything we were taught growing, so much of what we were taught growing up was not only a lie, it was a lie in support of developing uh, 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 a sympathy, for lack of a better word, developing nationalism, right?
Yeah, a
Developing,
superiority,
yeah,
sympathy, a belief that they are inherently more intelligent than
that
anybody
they
else. Do you
more
know
than we are.
what's first, like the first thing that radicalized me in elementary school?
Was that?
When they tried to tell me that what's his name? I can't remember his name all of a sudden. The dude that Eli Whitney. They said Eli Whitney invented the cotton gin.
Oh,
Why would a white slave master create something to make it easier for the people that he was employed, or not
right,
even employed, oh my God, that he enslaved?
right.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
There's no way.
yeah,
Eli Whitney did not. I was like, I remember getting into an argument with my teacher. I was like, it doesn't make any sense.
yeah,
It makes absolutely no sense. He might have patented it because
right,
he's a thief, but he
right.
didn't invent it.
Yeah,
Black people invented gum. They invented ice cream cones, potato chips. Like there's a list of things that only make sense that Black people did. Maybe not chewing gum. I think maybe that was Native Americans, but that Black people did because of what it is that they were supposed to be doing in society.
yeah.
You don't invent food if you're not the one cooking it. Do you know
Mm.
what I mean?
Mhm, mhm,
Like it's just
absolutely.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, so, I
We're on a
mean,
tangent.
no, it's all related. Our topic today is conspiracy theories, and we are living in, like, 8 different conspiracy theories happening at once,
Hmm.
tied to this government. A guy that we work with for our house, I wonder if he's listening, John, he owns this company in North Carolina that he comes to, like, people's houses and helps them put shit together, like, just, with bunch of stuff. And cool dude, I actually told him about the podcast and he listened to our last episode. He's like, "Oh, it's dope." But he suggested that I watch The Manchurian Candidate, and I'd never seen it. And I just watched it this week for the first time, and it's amazing. It's, from the 2000s. You've seen it?
Yeah, you talking about the remake or
The
the
remake.
original?
The
Okay, yeah,
remake
yeah.
with
I think I've seen
Denzel
it.
and
Yeah, I think so.
Meryl Streep and a bunch of, uh, A-list actors in there. But, it was silly to think of, like, oh, they were going to people's brains and doing this, but, like, that process of when they had the people with their brains hooked up to the machines and putting that's social media.
Hmm.
Like, it was such a clear, direct, parallel line to, like, how we are constantly being fed these lies. Um, it's ju and we're here, and, like, this is we're in it. A living conspiracy theory that
Because how many things were considered conspiracy theories that ended up being true 30, 40, 50 years later?
right. Yeah.
There are a few things, and I think is I'm not generally like you're still gonna have to convince me that aliens exist. Like I just it's not I don't think about it a lot, and then B, it's just
Yeah.
okay. Like you just have to convince me of that. But there are certain things, like when we think about like JFK,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that that was a conspiracy theory until it wasn't.
Right.
But then I'm thinking about like JFK. I remember he got shot, and then they found the person who did it immediately, and then he got shot, and it's like, all right, so we just what was
Right.
happening? And
Right.
then like later on, we like, even Martin Luther King getting shot. Like there are all sorts of things that we were taught to believe a certain way. That did you ever know? Sorry, I'm all over the place. I apologize. I didn't take my meds today. Did you know that you know those famous photos of Martin Luther King, like all of them that you see, the ones that when he's the March on Washington, when the March on Selma, like
Uh-huh.
when he's sitting reading, like all these different famous photographs that we know
Mhm.
that's how we know who Martin Luther King is. Did you know that his photographer was COINTELPRO?
No.
Well, I don't know if they called it COINTELPRO, but he was fed. He was
Really?
reporting, yeah, he was an FBI agent. All
Wow.
of those photos that we see of Martin, that all think of any famous photo
Yeah.
that you know about Martin Luther King. That guy took it. The photographer, I can't remember his name, Eddie something, took the just took the photos and was also an FBI agent.
Wow, I'd never heard that. I've never heard that. I know there's all
There's a
sorts
podcast.
of COINTELPRO connections to MLK and of course Malcolm X, but I never heard that his photographer was a part of it.
Yep, I'll send you the link to the podcast. I can't remember anything right now, but I mean, that was probably a conspiracy theory too. You know what I mean? Like,
Point, yeah.
I don't know.
Wow. Well, we unpacked a lot here. It was a little chaotic, but I think it's a reflection of the chaos that we're living in, and
Period. Exactly.
we will not apologize for that. It's chaos on purpose by design, and we just I mean, it's hard to tell people like we got to stay grounded, you got to stay, observe everything. But
Vigilant.
yeah, but it's like for what? Like
For what?
for
That's
what?
what I am. Like, to what end? Oh my God, we have to talk about this before we go.
Okay.
Those people who are going to Kamala Harris's book tour to yell at her about Gaza, talk about feds
Feds. Gotta be feds.
since, since the beginning,
They
since
were
the
all feds.
beginning,
They were all
since the
feds.
beginning.
They were all feds. I'd started to mention I just started reading her book, um, the 107
Some
days.
days.
It is absolutely amazing. Is
Get it.
I'm listening to it on Audible, so it's good to hear her voice and just to it's maddening and it's depressing because those of us that were watching it happen in real time and we're like, "What? Why are they doing this?" Like she's validating, like, "Why are they doing this? Why didn't they
Mhm.
call this person? Why did they do this?" So, um, it is such a blatant disrespect, disregard. Reading this book and hearing it so far, it made me remember that time when it was happening. Like that time was last year, right? It feels like ancient history.
Jesus
That was
Christ.
literally
Oh
like
my God. Yeah.
16 months ago, but
Yeah.
they tried to place her in the same box as like the career Democrats, like the Clintons and
Hmm.
but she wasn't that. Like she was a politician in the truest sense of the word. Like
Hmm.
she had a job and came up and like doing things
Attorney General.
the right way
Hmm.
and when she didn't want to do things their way,
The
like
defense attorney.
they railroaded her and they
Yeah.
cost the election and are directly implicated for the things that we're talking about right now,
Yeah.
you know? And she mentioned, that the folks coming out to boo her when she had made her announcement and remembering Amanda Seals was very vocal during that time and telling people you should still go out and boo and all this shit, right? And they're still doing it in New York City, the same time when Trump was in New York City for
Hmm.
the fake funeral for Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
No
They
boo.
know that I've always said the fact that you know that you can go to these events and protest and know that it's dangerous to go to the other events and protest should tell you who the fuck is worse. Which part of this, like, oh, they're both wings of the same bird. You know
Right,
which part of the bird is safer for you.
right,
And you still choose to act as though there's absolutely no difference between the two.
right, right. Yeah, maddening, maddening, and that's why I had to unfollow Amanda, which, in the grand scheme of things, no big deal, but I couldn't her her speaking during that time was affecting me differently than others because I respected her so much. And
Mm,
I do things that she's very smart. And I know like I hear her talk and it reminds me of like a friend. It reminds me of
mm,
like somebody I would have a healthy debate with in college. And we talk, like, oh, cool. And I would listen to her even when I didn't agree with her. I'm like, oh, okay, I hear it. I see it. But that time frame, I was like, "Oh, she got bought out. Oh,
mhm,
okay." It was clear.
mhm.
It was almost like day and night. You can see when the check hit. You're like, "Oh, okay." She's saying she's trying to cloak it in some pro-black revolutionary stuff, but it just seemed crystal clear that she was an operative and that she wasn't for us at that time. She was for herself.
She's for herself, yeah.
Yeah.
She's for herself. She always has been. I told you I have 20-year beef with her.
Oh yeah, you never told me why you had beef with her.
Oh, it's up forever. I'm not going to tell you on this podcast. I'll tell you. It's up forever. It's up forever. Amanda Diva. It's up forever. 20 years. Amanda
Oh,
Diva.
oh
Amanda
man.
Diva. But I've known since then that she's only about herself. So I've
Mm,
never like given her the benefit of the doubt because to
mm.
me it's always been clear that she is just for self, and that's fine. But I'm not gonna take part in it.
I feel like I need to hear that story. I feel like you should. We would that.
I'll tell it to you later. Or yeah, I'll tell it to you. If we ever at Patreon, I'll tell it on that. But you know what I do want to talk about before we leave? Just we got a couple of how much time do we have left?
A couple minutes. A couple minutes.
I do
Yeah.
want to talk about the one drop rule
Oh,
that
okay. Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah. I don't.
yeah, I do want to talk about that. But take it away. It's your thing.
No, that's your. I don't. You put
You
it
put
on
it
the.
on the thing.
You put it on the list.
I did not.
You did.
Did
That
I?
was your TikTok that you posted. I was like, huh, okay, that's interesting.
Oh, it was. My bad.
I was
Let's
like, I
talk about
don't
it
know.
next week then. I thought it was your thing.
No, that was you. That was you.
I
Yeah, let's
forgot
talk
that
about.
I did that.
Yeah, I don't want to hide it this far in the episode because
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah. Let's talk about
different.
it next
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Yes.
What? Yeah,
When
I
did I
was.
do that?
It was on the list of TikToks that you posted that we wanted to talk about.
Oh, I don't remember doing that at all.
You asleep.
I'm Helen Keller to it.
Listen, we are gonna be this is our last episode, guys. So it's been
Helen Keller did not exist the way that she said that they said. That's my conspiracy theory.
oh
She's
man. Well,
not a real person.
this episode is definitely chaos, and we want
It's
you to
our last episode.
this, no, we'll be back. We'll be back. Comment, subscribe, share, like, all that stuff. Let people know where you heard us. And thanks for listening. And keep finding the truth in the chaos, the clarity in the culture, and the joy in the journey. And we will see you next week, possibly.
This is definitely chaos, and we definitely collided. So, all right, bye.
Peace.